All right, welcome again to Premium Bowling on the VR here. What we're going to do this time is I'm going to teach you how to customize the bowling balls. And I know a lot of people didn't were not aware that you can customize a bowling ball, but not only that, all the little different things that do go with customizing your bowling ball, which is really, really, really cool here. So there's two different ways you can do it. Right over here in front of you is a little ball. You can select that and go that way, or if you just press your B button there at the top, it brings up your menu. You'll see ball. You select ball. And then down here at the bottom, you'll have customize. So let me just find a random ball, which I will call I call them house balls. It's never been customized before. And we'll just choose the sabotage here. And we're going to hit customize. And of course, it's going to be a new ball. All right. So we'll select new. So now in here, what you'll have is you have the weight of the ball. Now standard, most people in the bowling alley here select 16 pounds. I generally don't go with 16 pounds. I'll go 15.5, 15.7. Depending on the pattern, the oil pattern makes a huge difference on how you're going to customize your ball. The length, again, on the length, it depends on the pattern. Some people actually like to set the length depending on what the pattern's length is, and I'll get to that in a minute here a little bit more. Some people go for 100, and a lot of people go for a 0 length. Again, it just depends on the pattern and how the ball is rolling. Your hook is how it's going to curve. Some patterns make a big difference. This particular pattern, I'm finding that I'm rolling better about a 60 hook, give or take. Now, the smoothness. Smoothness makes a difference on how much oil is on the pattern. And so, a lot of times if there's a lot of oil, people tend to turn down the smoothness on it. And it'll change your ball. As you can tell, the shininess of the ball there, it makes it, where it'll grab a hold of the oil a lot more. On this particular pattern, I'm running probably about a 75 to 80%. The pattern is the lady here. So I'm running about there. Now, color. You might want to differentiate your ball color so that you'll know and remember that ball. Mind you, I'm just going to tell you, nobody else can see that color change other than you. It's, maybe you just want it to be different. Maybe you just don't like that color. So you can make it, oh, I like that color. I don't have one that looks like that. So you can make it like that. And a lot of times I will come up here and I like to name the balls whatever the name of the pattern is. So let's just say I name it Lady. All right. So we'll go with that. Let me turn my thing down there. Now, also another thing, if you scroll down a little bit, right here is a spot, and I'm probably not going to say it correctly. Metallicity, however you want to say it. You have to hit this wear marks several times, and it'll come on. And it actually is pretty cool. If you do this, it makes it like almost like a foil kind of looking. It will change your speed of your ball. I mean, it will make a difference on how your ball rolls. I would suggest turning your smoothness down, honestly. You are going to want to turn that smoothness down if you put that on. So let's try this. Let's just play around for a minute, and let's put them both at 100% and see how they roll. Give me one moment here, and we're going to see how this will fly. The next thing that you have on here is called texture. And when you click on texture, I don't know if it's going to pop up for me and work or not. Hold on. A lot of times what will come up is, it's trying. You'll get a, like a list of different, there may not be any. I have a ball, and I'll show you here in a second what I'm talking about. So you just hit save on that to save it and hit continue. And then I'll have to go find that ball that I just set up, which I know is a Sabotage 3. By collecting anything up here, the name, it will put it in alphabetical order. As you can tell where I just did that. And I know I named that ball Lady. So hold on one moment here. We'll go down and we'll get Lady. So up here it says first. That's going to be the first ball you roll. All right. So next, I always like to have my first ball the same as my second ball. So I'll hit second. As you can see, it says second up there. You just click that. So whatever ball you may want to, if you want 2 different balls to roll, as your primary ball, that's what you would do. Your primary ball, you would choose that. Then now you're going to choose your spare ball. And I have a special spare ball that I have set up. I suggest, take notes here. I suggest anybody doing a 16, and everybody uses alien, a 16 weight, a 19 hook. It's as straight can be. It literally goes as straight can be, and a 0 lean. And that's going to be then and then you'll see if it goes right back to first then. All right. Let me go find my house ball real quick here. And I want you to see what a wrapped ball looks like. Again, the wrapped ball is only one that you will be able to see. Nobody else will be able to see it. This is it. It's a wrapped ball. It has one of my friends from poker, his face on it. And so, again, it's just a wrapped ball. Nobody else would be able to see it. And I wish that they would change and make it differently instead. All right. So that is how you go in and you customize a ball. So again, this part can be very confusing. I'm going to pull up the ball that I want to put in place. You're going to hit ball. I'm going to go down to Lady because Lady is the one that I had just hit. So we'll go find Lady. I'm going to put her there. Click on her again. There. And then make sure my spare is there. And then let's see if I hit the mark on it. And then a lot of times after you roll it, you can customize it. Use your diagram over here and get very knowledgeable on how to, set it up. Now, again, a tip that I did use with some of you all is turning off the oil pattern. Makes a big difference. And watch your spare ball goes as straight can be. All right. So I hope that helps you on customizing bowling balls. They're really going to make a big difference on your gameplay. And I do have a million balls. Don't get me wrong. I have a million balls in here. I really need to probably come up and clean up. As you can see here, like this particular one has 3 different names to it. This one actually, see, they all have names on them. And they're the ones that I will reach for that pattern first. Let me dive real quickly into patterns. That way you'll understand what I mean by patterns. Before you go into the alleyway, you have this look right here. So currently right now it says ranking. Ranking means for leaderboard. That is what gives you points for the week to rank. So you'll look for the ranking. And a lot of times I'll show you in a minute how to also see what is ranking. It's a 40-foot lady. So sometimes you can go in and set your ball for 40 feet if you want to because of how it's going to break. That's up to you. That's a preferential thing for everybody. If you click on the pattern, it will open up all these patterns for you. We just had 2 brand new ones. I haven't even rolled on them yet. I might have practiced on them. Bashful and Quake are the 2 newest ones. So you have all these patterns. When it has a trophy on it like that, that is the ranking. It starts midnight, Sunday night, Monday morning, your time zone. That's when the ranking begins for the leaderboard. And I think I will do leaderboard next in a minute and go a little bit more deeper into the leaderboard situation here. But if you want to challenge somebody, just pick a pattern if you find that you're more comfortable with patterns. If you're new and you're just starting out, Christmas tree is a really, really, really great one. I think they start out people with Christmas tree. I know people really like sparrow also. It's a pretty easy pattern. Another one that's really kind of easy is either flute or house. Those are typically easy patterns too. But just, bowl on them and get used to them. There are times, like I said, I turn off the pattern and I use one ball only for all those patterns, and it doesn't make a huge difference. All right. And then once you have selected the pattern that you want, you just go ahead and hit new series and start to row. All right. Well, I hope this is answering any of those questions on how to customize balls and select patterns. And next, we're going to dive into leaderboard and a couple more tips and tricks that might assist you with your bowling.